All over the UK, all over the world, rainbows are appearing in people's front windows. Universally, it is a sign of hope. After the storm comes the rainbow. As Samwise Gamgee says in The Lord of the Rings, when the sun shines out, it will shine out the clearer because of the storm that you've had to travel through. And we have this sense that somewhere over the rainbow, there is hope. I love rainbows. They go all the way back to the first book of the Bible, Genesis, where that ultimate first storm, that cataclysmic storm, the flood, hit the world in judgment. And yet after it, God provided the symbol of the rainbow. It was a sign of hope that he would never again visit the earth with that kind of judgment. But I wonder why it's called a rainbow. Why isn't it called a rain arc? Or a rain circle, or a rain semicircle? Why a rainbow? Well, actually, it's the word for a bow and arrow bow, a war bow. And so think of the way that this bow is pointing. God has put a bow in the sky, a war bow, but it is not pointed at earth. Actually, the rainbow is pointed at heaven. And you think, is heaven going to be struck by some kind of cataclysmic judgment? Well, you see, that's why Easter and the rainbow go together, because who is Jesus? Jesus is the Prince of Heaven who came to earth to join us in our storm, to join us in our suffering. And on that cross, he even took the judgment into himself. Into his own heart comes that cataclysmic judgment that you and I are facing. And yet, he doesn't remain dead. This is the beauty of Easter. He rises up again. Having sailed through the storm, there is hope. There is someone who has gotten through that cataclysmic judgment. There is someone who's gotten through the storms of this life, the storms of all time. And he has stood on the other side of the storm. And he says in John chapter 14, because I live, you also will live. There is a way through the storm. There is hope. There is a rainbow. And so rainbows and Easter, they totally go together. And at this time, don't we need a sign of hope? Don't we need a guarantee that someone will join me through this suffering? And don't we need that guarantee that someone will get me through this life and even this death and into a hope somewhere over the rainbow? Do you have hope? If you've got Jesus, you've got all the hope in the world. Find out more at eastermeanshope.com.